Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Matters of the Heart on iHeartRadio. Thank you. To all our new listeners, welcome. To a couple of two special listeners out there, one in Brooklyn, the other one in Harlem. Welcome. Today we're going to talk about, we got a lot of stuff to get into, but there's certain things I want to basically get off my chest. And this is something that it's been driving at me for quite a while, but I haven't really mentioned it until someone gave me the idea of this, so I'm mentioning it now. You see, a lot of people seem to be having this understanding that because you have degree or certain degrees that make you more opulent than anybody else. Let me just make one thing perfectly clear. Just because you were privileged enough to go to further on your education and get a paper that tell you that you have a license to do whatever it is you want to do in life, that does not make you more better, more elite, more savant than the person that does not have that. Matter of fact, just because you have that, and this is the hard truth reality, ladies and gentlemen, just because you have that, that does not guarantee you a job in the field that you want to get into. Matter of fact, there are a lot of people who have masters, doctorates, and all this stuff. Some of them are pumping gas right now, and others are sleeping on a park bench. So when it comes to the matter of love, always remember something, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a job interview. This is about your heart. This is about whether or not you mesh or not. This is about whether you connect or not. So, whether or not you have a doctorate or a master's or an associate's or whatever degree you have, that does not come to play when it comes to the matters of the heart. Thank you. Moving on. Today we're going to talk about whether or not is it okay to accept gifts from your exes while you're in a relationship with someone else. Okay, look, I'm going to be blunt with this. That, my friends, is what we will call a judgment call. It's for those of you who don't know what that means. That means you have to basically decide whether or not you choose to want to do this. And before you do that, ask yourself this question: how strong is your relationship with the person that you're with? I mean, is your relationship strong enough to withhold that? Or would they or would he or she have an issue with that? These are things you got to honestly ask yourself before you choose to accept gifts and things from your ex. But most importantly, here's another interesting question: why is your ex giving you things? You see, ladies and gentlemen, this can be discrete or discreet or discreet or however you want to say it. It could be, oh, I'm sorry, for those of you, or to keep it simpler, that could be looked at many different ways. And believe me when I tell you, it will come up. So you seriously gotta ask yourself, are you serious? Is it really worth a long conversation? Is it really worth the arguments that will be coming up? And why? Because you choose to take things from your exes? And here's a most important thing that a lot of people do not think about when it comes to this. Would now if they took things from their ex, would you have an issue with that? Now, if you know you would, why do it to someone else? I know some people might not think that that's a big deal, whatever, it doesn't matter. No, 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 no. See, no. It might not matter to you, ladies and gentlemen, but trust me and believe me when I tell you, it will matter to your significant other. It will matter because the way they might look at it is that you're giving this person something for them to be giving you stuff. Now that might not be the case, but to spare you, to spare you the arguments, to spare you the unnecessary drama and arguments and slander and scandal that could be coming from this, ask yourself this one simple question. Four little words. Is it worth it? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen, because that one little gift can cost you your relationship. And it's not to the point of whether or not they or he or she is insecure about or jealousy or any of that stuff. No, 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 no. Please, ladies and gentlemen, try not to misread this. But also, it's a matter of respect. If you know you would have a problem with that, why do it to them? You see where I'm going with this, ladies and gentlemen? So I ask of you, seriously, think before you act. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I been thinking, and a lot of people have asked me this question a lot. And that question is, why do I feel so passionate about certain things? And especially when one of them is discrimination. Well, I'll tell you. See, I feel passionate about that because discrimination is wrong. No matter who's doing it or what kind or race or whatever, it does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. Discrimination is wrong across the board. So it is wrong to discriminate against someone because of their race, because of their color, because of the preference of their sex. It is also wrong to discriminate against a person because they're not like you and I. And for those of you who don't understand what I mean when I say that, I mean whether or not they're physically disabled or mentally challenged. Some would say handicapped. But no, not on this show. On my show, we respect people here. On my show, we will not use disrespectful comments. On my show, we will not use words that find people offensive. No, we're not going to do that here. And on my show, ladies and gentlemen, this is a judge-free show. So whatever problems people have, and if you choose to send me an email and you choose to ask me a question, and I answer your question, I implore to my other listeners, let's not judge. Because there's a saying, ladies and gentlemen, judge not, be judged. So, but anyway, moving on. Now, for me, There's a thing that a lot of people say that's not really a thing, but it'll depend how you look at it. It's called a reverse discrimination. What does that mean? It means that you're being discriminated because of what you're not. So a lot of people may say, well, that's weird, that doesn't make sense. And to some people, it might not. But to others, it will. To others, it wouldn't make sense because some people go through it. Hell, I've been through it myself many times. And basically, and once again, you gotta honestly ask yourself the question, like I said before, that whole little word always pops up back in your head. Is it worth it? Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. It's very important. Is it worth it? Now, a couple of times I addressed certain situations, and pretty much it's worth repeating, and I've said many times, everything in anything is fixable if you're choosing willing to do the work. So, and nothing. Don't let anyone try to stop you from fixing or something or trying to stop you from being with a person that you truly care about. Now, I know some of them might try to threaten you, saying that, oh, if you stay with this person, you're not my friend no more, or I'm not going to help you do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. That's terrible, ladies and gentlemen. See, real people would not do that to you. Real people would never do that. Real people, real friends, real fam, however you want to call it, they, if they're really for you, they would want you to be happy with whoever you're with. They would want you to be happy. They would want you to basically be with the person who's going to treat you right. Whether they like you, whether you like them, or whether they like you or not, that is irrelevant, ladies and gentlemen. As long as they know how to treat you and not call you out your name dis- or discreet you or disrespect your character, or treat you in a way that you wouldn't treat a dog. As long as they're not doing any of those things, there's no reason for anyone to have a problem with that person. If they do, whether or not, that's besides the point. As long as he is treating you with the respect you deserve, then all they should do or need to do is respect. If they're not buying your toilet paper, if they're not paying your rent, if they're not doing all, most importantly, and normally I would never say this on my show, but sometimes it needs to be said. If their relationship is not better than yours, then they need to stay in their lanes, ladies and gentlemen, and leave you be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, I think I almost lost my cool there, ladies and gentlemen, but sometimes a lot of things it takes me there. But I'm back now. But it's cooler heads moving forward. But I'm really serious about that. As long as if they're not doing it, if your so-called friends and family not doing any of those things for you, then they have no reason to be all up in yours. If anything, stay in your lane and pretty much want to be your friend. Support, be supportive, or or if you have a truly situation that where it did came to that, then also be supportive too. As we're winding down, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank all my listeners who are here today to support the show. Thank you, and DB loves you all. And you can always remember you can catch Matters of the Heart 5 p.m. after following Russell Talk Radio on DBN Network. Thanks, everybody. See you soon. Good night, everybody.